Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I would like to talk about how to build a DIY patio. I am not a pro, I am not an expert, or I never have any such construction experience or building any such DIY patios earlier. So in this video, I would like to talk about some key points like what you need to concentrate on before even building the patio. So first, you can go through the video, and in the video, each step I will tell you what are the things which you need to focus on uh, as a novice DIY patio builder. So let's go into the video. As a first time DIY patio builder, this is how my patio turned out to be. It looks awesome, right? Yeah. So the first step is measuring the area, how much area you wanted to cover for your patio. So I took like 14 by 14, and the key thing here is you need to align this with your home so that it comes perfectly in the center of your staircase, and it doesn't tilt towards one side. So that is the key thing here when you are laying out your patio dimensions, and you need to be careful while measuring the diagonals. So if you are doing a square patio, then the diagonals should match. Install some stakes and tie the thread so that it doesn't change, the dimension doesn't change. So this is my dad, he is helping me in digging the hole. And one key thing here you need to remember is, if you are doing 14 by 14, make sure you mark like 15 by 15 size patio. So the 1 feet you can leave it open when you are doing the installation of the bricks or the concrete pavers. Because if you do 14 by 14, then it would be challenging. Your actual patio will turn out to be little small. As a zero experience guy, that is my first mistake. I dug like 14 by 14, and later I need to dig little bit, extend it so that I can get the 14 by 14 size. So this is how we did the hole, and my kids are also helping me. So the lesson learned here is, make sure you mark the dimensions, make sure the patio is exactly aligning your home. If your home is little bit cross, the patio should be cross, and so that you don't end up in patio tilting towards one direction when you look from the far. So better you dig the hole and go and look uh, from like 5 feet 10 feet away, so that you see the hole towards the home exactly in center. So that's one lesson. Main thing here, before you start digging the hole, you need to get the city permit and you need to get your HOA permit. So once they give you the permission, you need to call 811, that is a Julie service, who will come and mark the uh, power cables and different lines passing through your ground. So don't dig a hole without calling Julie service, that is 811, and make sure they come and mark. Then only you start digging, because if there is something in the ground, you may end up in a dangerous situation. Okay, so this is how my hole looks like, and as a two, step one was marking the dimensions and digging the hole, and step two, I would say, like, once you dig the hole, you need to level the surface, and here I am using a manual tamper to level the surface. So you can also use a plate compactor, but at this stage, if you are renting it, I don't recommend that, because towards the end we need to anyway get a plate compactor and level the surface. So once we are done with this step, then the next step would be to add a geotextile, and then put the paver base on it. So here you can see that I bought a geotextile from Lowe's, and I laid that so that the weed doesn't grow from the patio. So once that is done, then here I'm joking with my wife about the patio project. She's saying, you're a software guy, how come I suddenly turned into a construction guy. So, jokes apart, but this was really a challenging physical task which I have done for the first time in my lifetime. So, this was really challenging. Definitely, a key suggestion will be you need some helping hands. If you have friends or couple of helping hands, it would be easy for you to build this project. But single handedly, if you wanted to do that, then it would be really a challenging task. So now, so you can see that the paver base I bought from a big box store. I ordered it from Home Depot, and later towards the end, I mean, it was not sufficient, so I need to order extra paver base from Menards. So yeah, suggestion is you can plan better. I mean, bring extra bags, order extra bags in the initial order itself. You can return if there is anything left over. So that's my one of the key suggestions. I watched several videos and few people were suggesting to use the 3 by 4 aggregate, and few people were suggesting to use the paver based readily available one. So what I did is I did a mix of it. So I bought few half bags concrete, I mean the aggregate, and half bags the paver base readily available paver base step 1. And once I pour all the paver base step 1 uh, aggregate into the hole, so then I started leveling out. So key thing here is make sure towards the home it should be little bit high, and towards the end it should be little bit low, so that whenever there is water, rain or anything, the water drains properly away from the home. So when you buy that leveling tool, make sure you level it properly at this stage, because it is key. From here everything will change. If you don't level properly, your project will end up in a mess. So that is one learning which I learned. I need to remove few blocks and place it again. So that's why, I mean, that's the key step. Here my son is helping in pouring the paver base. We have done added the paver base, and the paver base needs to be filled up to the ground level. And then there would be step 2, which is a leveling sand, which you need to add 1 inch on top of this paver base. So that is 1 inch on top of the ground level, and then you can start laying the paver blocks. A very important suggestion is, like, when you start planning your patio project, you need to consider what you will do with the dirt which you dig out. If you don't plan, then you will end up piling all that dirt in your lawn, and that is the key thing which you need to plan before the project is started. Once you are done adding the step 1 paver base, then you need to level the surface. This is a very crucial step. We need to level the surface here very carefully and properly. So I rented the plate compactor from Home Depot and started leveling the surface. And I made sure that towards the home it would be little bit high, and the slope towards the end it would be low, so the water will drain away properly. So once we are done with the plate compactor, leveling the plate compactor, then it would be a step 2 to add the paver base 2, which is the leveling sand. You need to water while leveling using plate compactor. This is step 2, where I added the 1 inch leveling sand, and I used pipes, 1 inch pipe, to level the surface. You will find a lot of videos. I don't want to show everything here. And once we are done with the 1 inch leveling sand, then the easiest process is to lay the bricks or the concrete patio blocks or the paver blocks. So yeah, you can search up for different designs and start laying out. I used a simple layout. I did not wanted to cut the edges, so I made sure I will use a very simple pattern here, which turned out to be a very nice looking pattern. And yeah, so once we start laying the bricks, make sure the lines will align straight. That means each and every block of the bricks are aligned. If you see the lines from starting to the end, they are in sync and they are straight. That means we are laying the bricks very straight and properly. Once we are done laying the bricks, we need to install the paver edges. You will find these in the big box stores. Again, you can bring the paver edges and place it towards the end of the paver patio, and start installing the stakes into it, secure it, so that the blocks, the concrete blocks or the brick patio paver blocks which I used here, they don't move when we are walking, or once the patio starts aging process, it will move towards the edges, right? So to secure it, we have installed with the paver edges. This is one of the key step, and make sure you install the paver edging. And once we are done with that, we will fill with the mud or the dirt which we already dug up towards the ends. And in between the patio blocks, we need to fill with the polymeric sand. So we need to, yeah, you can see all this is polymeric sand. You need to use a brush and push it into the edges of each and every brick, so the sand is filled up in between the brick to brick, and it will cover up. So once we have filled with the polymeric sand, we need to water it, spray the water, so the polymeric sand will tighten up, and the bricks will not move from their position. So this is also one of the key steps, which is the last step of this process. You need to add the polymeric sand into between the each and every brick gap, and spray the water, so the sand will tighten up. So this is how my patio project turned out, and as a first time DIY patio builder, I was very happy. I mean, it was a physically challenging project, but this is one of the memory which I made, and I'm very happy with how my patio turned out. And this video I'm posting after like 3 months of this project, and we are enjoying the patio very much. I hope I have provided all the inputs required. So please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.